hell is going on? I hear this knock at the door like the police or room service or somebody just banging on the door. I'm like, the hell is going on? Man, I go and open the door. It's this fool T. What's good, my guy? What's happening? I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? And why is you banging on the door like you the police? Don't you got your room key? He come through the door. He like, hey, dog, look right there by the tablet. That's my room key. My goofy ass forgot to bring my room key, but that's okay because I knew you was here. What's good? Rise and shine, my boy. He started booking through the room, run through the bedroom. He like, what up, Giselle? You look like you had a good time last night. Go outside the balcony. I'm like, bro, what is... it's 12:15. What time you go to sleep? I don't know. But it's a new day and look at this view, my boy. You gotta love Vegas, boy. BTE. Best trip ever. I said, I hate you, bro. What is you doing so wired up so early? I'm like, you just woke me up like you was the police. He like, yeah, it's time for you to get up anyway. It's 12:15. We got to get active. We got to hit these parlays today, my boy. It's college football. We got to get busy. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. All right. So you look at Giselle. He's like, you sleep good last night? You look like you got some good sleep last night. She was like, T, you are crazy. She was like, I actually did sleep good. Thank you, though. And she was like, you look like you had a good night. He was like, I did have a good night last night. But real players, we don't tell our business. But I had a good night last night. And I think your friend had a good night, too. I was like, oh, my gosh. She was like, okay, well, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and grab my stuff and get up out of here. She's like, I'll see y'all a little bit later. I was like, all right. I was like, you want me walking out? She's like, nah, you good. She's like, please get dressed so you can go ahead and entertain your boy. So she head up out of there. And as I'm getting ready to go get in the shower, he like, my boy, you know it, boy. We was lit last night. I was like, why are you so hype right now? He was like, boy, I had a good ass night, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. I don't know what part of Miami they from, but we need to go, boy. Bro, they cool as shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I went over there, I was fucked up, and I barely remember what happened, but I woke up this morning and kind of remembered. I was like, oh my God. I was like, well, let me get dressed, man, and we can go down to the sports book. And I was like, we can watch the game. I was like, because we definitely got to hit these parlays. So I get dressed or whatever. I hit up Giselle. I'm like, hey, man, what y'all doing for lunch? And she was like, oh, we was thinking about going to Sherry Rooftop. I saw one of the videos that TVP posted, and she was like, so we wanted to go out there and check out brunch. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, yeah, Sherry brunch definitely dope. You should enjoy the vibes there. It's like the food is good. Y'all can get y'all some mimosas because I know you like your mimosa type time. I was like, but we gonna grab some Hattie B's and we gonna watch the game. So I'll catch up with y'all later. So she was like, all right, cool. So I told T, I'm like, hey, man, we finna go down there, grab that Hattie B's because, you know, we got to get that good, you know what I'm saying? So we can hit these parlays. We go downstairs, grab the Hattie B's, had to get that chicken sandwich, got to get the mac and cheese with that Nana pudding on the side. Y'all know that's Mando when you go to Hattie B's. And then we went downstairs to the sports book, looked down at the slip. I was like, hey, my boy, we 5 out of 6. We got the last game going on. He was like, I know, that's why I said get your ass up, because we got there plus 650. We finna hit. I was like, I was halfway asleep, goofy, my bad. So we get in the sports book, we watching the game. All of a sudden, it's this dude in this Ohio State hat. He was like, what's going on with y'all? We was like, what's up? My boy T like, hey, my boy, how you feeling? Boy, you having a good day today? So we looking at the game. He like, well, I have a great day if he make this field goal because they're running the clock down and I need them to hit this field goal. He was like, oh, you got Ohio? I see the Ohio State hat. He was like, yeah, it was crazy as I'm from Wisconsin, but I got Ohio State. He's like, I got an 8-leg parlay out. He was like, yo, we got a 6-leg. We 5 for 6. He was like, oh, well, we on the same page. I was like, yeah. So we watching the game, eating the Hattie B's tea. Like, damn, this shit fire. Boy, why you ain't telling me about this Hattie B's last time? We should have ate this last time instead of the other stuff we ate. It's like, because you can't do everything the first trip. You got to come back to get more. He was like, that's real shit. That's real facts. So we watching the game, eating the Hattie B's. 5 seconds left on the clock. Ohio State in field goal range. We all looking at the screen. T like, ball game. I was like, dog, you know you gotta wait till the clock go to 0 before you start celebrating. He like, you see how good this sandwich is? This chicken sandwich about gone. You know why it's about gone? Because it's good, it's gone. Just like that field goal good. Dude in the hat, he was like, come on, man. Don't say that. He like, relax, my boy. We in Vegas. Matter of fact, he gonna make the field goal and I'm gonna buy us a drink. I said, T, you is crazy, bro. We all look up at the screen. All of a sudden, he kicked the ball. It started drifting left. hit the inside of the uprights, go in, field go good. All of a sudden, the sports book erupts. People who hadn't been talking all game, like, let's go, let's go. Whole sports book going crazy. Everybody's like, let's go. I needed that for my parlay. I'm like, damn, we all had the parlay. We dapping each other up. Dudes like, hey man, when you was like it was good, I was looking at you like, you better not jinx us. But man, your energy is vibe. T like, cause that's what I do, man. I'm the vibe guy. I got the vibe. Drinks on me. I was like, no, they're not. He's like, yes, they are. I got drinks. What y'all want? Did you see we hit that plus 650? I said, yeah, I put 100 on it. He said, I put 5 on it, boy, cause I got 5 on it. I said, I fucking hate you. No way. Showed me the slip. He had that 500 for that plus 650. I said, boy, that's crazy. Let's go. So we hyped up. We go in line. The dude was like, man, where y'all from? I was like, I live in Cali, but I'm from North Carolina. T like, oh, I'm from North Carolina. I'm a pure North Carolina boy. That's my brother since high school. You know, he on the West Coast doing his thing, but I'm still on the East Coast maintaining for the North side, South side, East side, up side, all sides. You know what I'm saying? I hold it down, North Carolina. I was like, calm your ass down, bro. He said, boy, we just hit plus 650. What is you talking about? The guy was like, you know what? I'm not even mad at you. He's like, I had an 8-leg parlay plus 1,300 and I put 1,000 on it. We was like, whoa, you did what? He was like, yeah. He's like, so actually, drinks are on me. So we all go cash our ticket, and what's crazy was all of the people who was cashing our tickets was super cool. So we all ended up going to the bar, and we all ended up, all of the people we was cool, we took shots. He was like, I told you, boy, this is gonna be BTE. The best trip ever. We take a shot with the dudes who hit the parlay. We dap them up. We like, man, we hope y'all have a good trip, man. It's a great start to the day. Everybody on the vibes. That fool T look at me. He's like, yo, my G, I can't lie to you, dog. Forget the beach. I want to go to Encore Beach, Palm Tree Beach, Tao Beach, all the beaches in Vegas, because this the real beach, bro. Vegas is unmatched. Yo, that's crazy. We woke up and hit a parlay. The way it erupted at the sports book, this is how you supposed to do Vegas, and it's just the middle of the day. I said, man, I told you, man, Vegas is really like that. You just got to be with the right peoples and be open-minded and have the vibes. I was like, but yeah, man, halfway through the day, I was like, and shout out to you, because I forgot about the parlays. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, boy, I was tired. Like, that old man syndrome kidding me last night. I was tired. He like, yeah, I saw it in your face when I opened the door. You look like you was a zombie. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm old. We out there going crazy in the club till over 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, man, yeah, it ain't the same. But I said it was a vibe, though, for sure. I ain't gonna lie. So you're like, well, shoot, let's hit the girls up and see what they got going on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Since we hit our parlays, I was like, all right, bet, let me see what's going on. So I hit her. Giselle was like, hey, we leaving Cosmo, which y'all up to. She was just like, oh, we about to wrap up brunch and go back to Planet Hollywood to gamble. So I was like, all right, cool. I was like, well, we'll meet y'all at Glass Bar. I was like, and then we can figure out what we want to do for the day. She was like, okay, cool. I'll hit you when we on the way. So we go back over there to Planet Hollywood, feeling great. I'm like, I can't believe you put 500 on the plus 650 parlay. I said, boy, you cooking with some fish grease. He said, you know I'm your boy T. I'm a hustler. I told you I'm about my paper. You know what I mean? BTE. I was like, I got it. Best trip ever. He was like, yeah, dig. Couldn't do nothing but laugh at this fool. So we get the Glass Bar. We over there chilling. And I was like, I'll use my drink vouchers. I was like, what you want? So he's like, you know what I want? I want that rock and pineapple. I was like, you sure you don't want no tequila after last night? He's like, I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. That tequila fucked me up. Your boy T, tequila T, it was rough. I'm not gonna lie. It went down smooth, but I woke up this morning like, oh my God, that tequila. Got our drinks or whatever. We go and sit down or whatever. We chilling. And so I was just like, shoot, you got anything you want to do today? He's like, dog, I'm going with the flow. I don't really care, man. We got to chill with the girls. Branched off, did our guy thing last night. Linked back up, bro. Can't ask for nothing else. Whatever to me. He's like, I got this plus 650. It's whatever to me. So I was like, all right, cool. We'll see what they on. And then, you know, we can get it vibed out. While we over here talking, all of a sudden, T like, yo, you see them things at the bar? So I look over, I got the sunglasses on, because you know you got to have the sunglasses on. So I'm like, yeah, I see them over there at 215. He was like, exactly. Like, she looking a little alright though. I was like, she look like she looking at you. So he look over there, gave her the head nod. She started smiling. Like, yo, come here. I'm like, this guy here, man. So they come over. She's like, oh, what's going on? How you doing? He's like, I'm good. I'm T. How you doing? She's like, hi, I'm Amber. Nice to meet you. He was like, yeah, this my guy right here, man. He be doing Vegas. He a pro, man. He got me out here having a great trip. But I saw you looking over there, so I had to say, what's up? He's like, you with a friend? He's like, yeah, she over there trying to get her drink, whatever. He was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. He's like, what y'all getting into tonight? She like, well, we think about going to Dre's tonight because Dre's about to close soon. So she's like, we wanted to go ahead and hit up Dre's, try to get one last trip in before they shut it down. He was like, oh, okay, that's what's up, man. We went to the club last night, shut that thing down. You know what I mean? I don't know if we can do a club last night, but I mean, I don't know. The way I see you looking right now, we might have to pop up, see what's good. We'll see. But that's a good move because Dre's be lit. I looked at T, I'm like, bruh, you a fool. He like, yo, let me get your IG, shorty. So we go to Dre's tonight, you know, maybe I can see you, say what's up. So they swap IG info and she like, well, what y'all doing tonight? And then we was like, we just chilling. We was like, we got some friends we waiting for to come back. I like, but we don't really know what's going on. But he was like, I mean, I don't know. I ain't really trying to do a club, but you make Dre's seem real interesting. We'll see what they want to do though. And so as he was talking to her, Giselle and Yessie walk up. And I was like, what's good, ladies? T like, what's good? And so then Amber look over. She's like, oh, hi. Giselle was like, how you doing? So Amber was like, oh, these your friends? We was like, yeah, these are people. We chilling with them. And so Giselle was like, oh my God, you're so pretty. And Amber was like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, girl. So they hug each other. And then T was like, yeah, I seen her looking at the bar. So I wanted to say what was good, you know? Yes, he looked at T with them eyes like, I bust out laughing. I was like, this guy here. She was like, nah, they seem cool. I just wanted to come over and say what's up or whatever. But she was like, she told me that they were waiting on y'all. So y'all enjoy yourselves. And he was like, hey, we come to Dre's tonight. We might holler at you. So Giselle was like, oh yeah, well, if we go out to the club, that might not be a bad idea because I heard Dre's was closing. So she's like, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. So yes, he sit down. T like, damn, you mad at me? I was just talking to Shorty. She like, Poppy, you cheating on me already? He like, girl, I had to say what's up. Look at her. Can you blame me? And she was like, I mean, she is cute. He like, baby, she ain't you though, so don't you even worry. This girl, yes, he started blushing. I'm like, oh my God, I hate this guy, man. Giselle was like, I don't know how you deal with it. So I asked him how brunch was. They say brunch was cool. You know, they like the vibes or whatever. It's like the food wasn't bad. Giselle was like, she felt the mimosas, but she was like, I'm ready to go play some slots. I'm like, you and these damn slots. I thought you played blackjack. She said, well, I am going to play blackjack later, but I got like 1,500 tier credit yesterday. I said, what? From playing slots for 2 hours? She was like, yo, I hit like 1,000 and then they matched me or whatever. She was like, I don't know how. And so then, yes, he was like, I was doing good on the slots too. So she was like, we'll probably do a little bit of blackjack. She's like, I like blackjack too. I was like, damn, y'all both like blackjack? I say, oh, we got to run a table up one time. I like, what y'all want to do tonight? So yes, he was like, well, I'm with whatever. And then Giselle was like, I mean, maybe we can go to Luna. Because she was like, you know, we can do a chill little vibe tonight. And she was like, maybe go to Chayo afterwards. Yes, he was like, oh yeah, I heard Chayo do Latin night, so it might be a good time to go over there. And I was like, oh yeah, we could do that. Do Luna and then do Chayo. I was like, you know, little lounge vibe, chill vibe. Then go over there to Chayo for Latin night, get some little bachata, merengue. And then they got the little hip hop room on the second level. T was like, wait a minute, pause. They do Latin night and then they got a second level with hip hop. Oh yeah, sign me up so I can get the 2-for-1 special. That's what I'm talking about. So I was like, y'all want to drink? And they're like, nah, I'm good right now. They was like, them mimosas kicked our ass. So the girls go play slots. We over here chilling. I'm like, T, you a fool, bro. He was like, dog, we in Vegas. I told you, BTE. Best trip ever. I got it. So we end up going to walk around the tables, whatever. He's like, dog, I'm cool right now. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I hit that parlay. He's like, I ain't really even trying to do too much right now. If you want to play something, I'm like, nah, we can really just drink and keep watching the game. So we at the bar cooling and chilling. Giselle hit me up. She's like, hey, I'm done with slots because they not being good to me today. So she's like, y'all want to go walk the strip and chill for a little bit? So I was like, yeah, that's cool. I was like, we can go hop the strip. T like, oh yeah, let's go mob the strip for sure. Matter of fact, let's go to Fuel Bar because Fuel Bar got that buy one get one free dealio. Yeah, I'm with that. Let's go do that. So I was like, all right, cool. So I hit Giselle. I'm like, yo, come meet us at Glass Bar. So they come back to Glass Bar. I'm like, all right, we're going to go walk the strip for a little bit. We'll go to Fuel Bar and then, you know, we can vibe out and chill and see where the night carry us. So they're like, all right, cool. So it's about 5:30 right now. We go out, walk the strip. We get through the doors. First thing we see is the photo girls with their cheeky cheeks. That boy T got his drink in his hand. The girls walk by. They're like, hey, you want to take a photo? I looked at T. He looked at me. He was like, baby, I only got credit in crypto. I couldn't pay you if I wanted to. I'm sorry. I look at this fool and was like, bruh, you're crazy. She was like, well, I got Venmo. He said, nah, baby, I got credit, not debit. Crypto. So sorry, I can't do that. But thank you, though. We fell out laughing, so we get walking the strip, we drinking, just chilling. He like, man, I swear they said Vegas was dead, boy, but it is active. He said this look busier than it was on the beach. I can't believe folks. Say that's why you can't believe everything you see on social media, man. You gotta actually come out here in Vegas and see it for yourself. You can't take everything serious you see. So we get to Fuel Bar, and as we go on the Fuel Bar, one of the guys like,
hey, my man, how long you gonna be in town?
So I look over at T. T was like, oh man, we're gonna be in town for a few days, but we locals. And the dude was like,
You local, huh? What's your zip code?
So he gave him the business zip code. The dude was like,
Okay. Hey, shout out to my locals. Like, we like our local people too, but I got you. If you need something, I got you.
he was like, well, yeah, we gonna be here on the strip till Monday and then we bouncing. He's like, but as you can see right here by these cheeky cheeks I'm with, I'm gonna be busy for the next 2 days. But thank you though. Yes, he looked back at T. I look over at him and she bust out laughing. She's like, I like that, Poppy. He was like, mommy, come on now, you know me better than that. So we go over to Fuel Bar, get the buy one, get one. This fool T done gave in. He drinking tequila again. So they over there wilding. Me and Giselle over here chilling. And so I was like, well, what y'all want to do in the meantime? And she was like, why don't we go down to Fremont? She was like, we all flew on Southwest, so why don't we go ahead and hit the D for that match play? And she was like, yes, he's never been to El Cortez. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I was like, you ain't even go to El Cortez last time, did you? She was like, yeah, I saw the videos. And she was like, nah, we can go over there and do our match play. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm like, it's about 6:15, 6:30 anyway, so that'll give us time to go down there, gamble for a little bit, then we come back on the strip, get ready for the night. So T come over, he's like, speaking of the night, ain't we supposed to be going to dinner tonight? And I look at Giselle, I was like, oh yeah, ain't we going to STK, huh? We got STK. And I looked at him, I was like, what you mean we going to dinner? He was like, you thought you was going to dinner on a date? Boy, you're crazy. I'm going too. What is you talking about? She hit my boy for a 3-piece. So 150 you, 150 me. I said, dog, you're crazy, dog. And she was like, ain't nobody invite you to go to dinner. She said, I owe him, not you. But luckily for you, I made the reservation for 4 because I wasn't finna come out here and leave my girl with you. I don't know how crazy you is. She looked at her and was like, you see your girl? She look happier with me than she do with you. I was like, uh-oh. Giselle was like, all right now. And yes, he was like, I think daddy gonna take care of me just fine. I said, okay, so STK 8:30. I'm like, all right, it's 6:30. Let's go down to Fremont. Let's do our little play and then we can come back. I was like, because we got to be ready by 8:30. There's got to be a quick turnaround. So they're like, all right, cool, let's do it. And yes, he was like, I haven't been to Fremont in years. I think that's a great idea. So we call a ride down there. We start at El Cortez. They get $15 in free play, $25 in match play. These girls put in a free play, both into a Dragon Link, because everybody love Dragon Link. In 3 spins, yes, he hit a bonus for 100. 5 spins, Giselle hit a bonus for 125. Cashed out. I looked at T, I said, I don't understand how people be getting so lucky in slots. So they cash their tickets out. They go over to blackjack, put the $25 on blackjack. Both these girls hit blackjack first hand. I said, are y'all kidding me? They screaming and hyping and stuff. I said, this is crazy. Granted, me and T, we feeling good. We done hit our parlay. But he looked at me, he said, it's because we got that energy, boy. And you know what else it is? That BTE. I was like, best trip ever. I was like, all right. I'm coming around. I rock with it. Yes, she looked back. She said, oh yeah, this gonna be the best trip ever. All right, we not done yet. I was like, Lord have mercy. So 10 minutes on being on Fremont, these girls are already done hit real good. So I'm like, all right, let's go on over there to the D so we can do our match play, because Southwest will give us $50 in match play. And then we can go ahead and get back to the strip. So we going over there to the D so we can get our match play for flying with Southwest. This fool T out of nowhere, he's like, hey, you know what we should do? We should play a $50 table. I was like, no. I was like, I'm going to do 25 and 25 so I can give myself 2 chances. He's like, what, you a sucker? I thought you was from North Carolina. That sound kind of soft. What you mean you don't want to do 50 in hand? The girls looked at me and was like, ooh, you gonna take that? I was like, why you trying to be so tough? I was like 25. In case you lose one, win one, you break even. He was like, go hard or go home. You feel me? Let's do $50, one hand, everybody. It's free money, right? We up anyway. I was like, all right, man. I was like, ladies, what y'all want to do today? It was like, I think it'd be fun. They're like, why not? Let's do it. I was like, I bet y'all do feel good. Y'all just won blackjack over there on match play and hit bonuses on the slots. I bet y'all is feeling good. So we go over to a table that's got a 50 minimum. So we sit down at the blackjack table. She like, what's going on? How you doing? Talking to the dealer. She's like, oh, we're doing good. He was like, hey, check this out. So we all finna play $50, one hand with this match play. We all gonna win, and then I'm gonna tip you $10 because I appreciate you. And so she was like, all right, let's do it. Craziest thing ever. Felt like we in a movie. We all get a 10. And I was like, that's a great start. He get an 8, I get an 8. So we got 18. Both the girls get an aces. They done hit blackjack again. I'm like, yo, what in the hell? How the hell y'all getting? I'm like, y'all got blackjack at El Cortez. Now y'all get blackjack here. I'm like, that's crazy. So I'm like, all right, T, we got to do it. So the dealer got an 8 showing. So we like, all right, maybe we'll push. So she flipped that 8 over. It's a 9 under it. 17. This boy T like, let's go. I told you. He said, I told you we gonna get this money, boy. I told you. And so then we all hit our hands. We all hyped. This is such a great vibe. He said, best trip ever. I need to get one of them hats. Like, tell TVV put that BTE on the store. I need that best trip ever hat. Customized, because we turned up. I was like, oh my God. I said, bro, you was crazy, but I rocks with it. So he tipped the lady $10. We all had a good time. We in and out of Fremont 30 minutes. Fastest trip ever. So we walked down the Circle real quick so they could see Circle, because they had never seen Circle before. We get back to the strip. Tell the ladies, all right, we gonna go over there to Cosmo to change. They said they was gonna change as well. They said they'd meet us at STK. I was like, all right, sound good. So we get back to the room. It's about 7:45. I'm like, all right, man, we got to get changed. Luckily, it's downstairs. He was like, I'm already good to go. Like, I'm going to just throw my drip on and we going to be good to go. All of a sudden, he come running at me full speed, jump on half my shoulder. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? He like, best trip ever. I told you, my boy. Let's take a shot. Bro, we on fire. Parlays, blackjack, the girls. We ain't took one L since we got here, bro. We just on fire. He's like, dog, I told you this was going to be legendary. And I was like, you know, T, was crazy, man. This trip is going better than I imagined so far. I was like, I honestly couldn't ask for much better, man. I was like, I'm with you on that, though. It's been a vibe. I was like, let's take a shot and let's keep the vibes going tonight. He was like, say less. He was like, matter of fact, because you my guy, pour me a shot of that Crown. I said, God damn, boy, you all right? You just mixing everything. You was doing tequila at Fuel Bar, started with the Rock. Now you trying to go to the Crown. I said, calm down. He was like, turn down for what? No, we're not doing that. Pull it up. I was like, all right, man, say less. So we go ahead, pour up our shots. And T like, you already know, my boy, we finna do our thing tonight, man. I can't believe it's already Saturday. It's almost 8:30. I said, yo, man, speaking of that, let's go ahead and get downstairs. So we go ahead, head downstairs. The girls hit us and like, they like, hey, we in front of STK. I'm like, all right, we actually getting off the elevator now. So we walk up, see him in front of STK. I'm like, what's going on? T like, woo, yes, he looking scrumptious, delumptious. What's going on, voluptuous? I said, I cannot stand this guy. What are you doing? And she just laughing. She's like, Poppy, you look good. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what's up, Yessie? What's up, Giselle? They like, what's up? What's up? So I was like, well, you know what I mean, Giselle, we gonna follow you since this is on you. You know what I mean? I was like, it ain't really often I get to sit back, let a girl take me to dinner, especially STK. Every time I came here, I had to pay. So this gonna be a little different for me, but all right, let's do it. So she like, yeah, I told you I got you. She's like, it's been eating me up inside. So she like, at least I can breathe after this one. T was like, yo, I'm gonna breathe too, because I need that New York strip with the butter biscuits and a side of green beans. I said, man, shut your ass up, boy. This is not your speed, all right? Calm down. So we get inside the STK. Yessie and T was like, damn, the vibes in here is crazy, boy. It's calm. The DJ is flowing. Oh my God. Bro, why we ain't come here last trip? I said, because you can't do everything in one trip. You gotta make multiple trips. We wasn't finna do all this in one trip. I said, and your ass was being cheap. Giselle bust out laughing. She was like, yeah, I heard about that. He was like, hey, yesterday's news ain't today's news, okay? That was a year ago. I'm not that guy back then. Because, hey, I pay for the whole bill, for real. I said, all right. It's like, all right, big baller, shot caller. So we sitting there chilling. We get our food or whatever. I order some filet mignon, got me a side of the potatoes. They ordered them some steak and sides as well. We all just vibing. I had me a glass of rosé. This fool T like, yo, you know what? Let me get a bottle of rosé on my tab. I looked at him, I'm like, bro, you don't even drink champagne. He said, I drink champagne tonight. Bring that champagne so I can do the damn thing and put on for the campaign. I was like, okay. Giselle busts out laughing. Yes, he like, boy, you are crazy and I like it. She was like, because you like to get in trouble. I look at him, he said, you know, they call me T, and that T is for trouble. So we all vibing, having a good time, enjoying the food. The DJ on point. T like, hey, yo, I'm gonna be right back. I look at him, I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm gonna be right back. I was like, all right. So we chilling, and I look over, I see this man walk up to the DJ. I was like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he walking over? What is he doing with the DJ? So we just chilling. Giselle look over there. She was like, oh my God, what is this boy doing? Yessie over there eating. She's like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this steak and these potatoes are incredible. She was like, I really like this place. She said, this is a vibe. She was like, Tim, good choice. You got good taste. And women and food. I was like, oh my God. I said, well, thank you and thank you. But yeah, I was like, this is one of my spots I like to come to. But I'm like, what the hell is this fool T doing? He come back over the table. He like, all right, we good. I was like, what the hell you mean we good? I said, I'm almost done with my food. Yeah, we are good. I said, what the hell is you doing with the DJ? He said, don't worry about all that. Like, all right, yo, let's cheers. Let's cheers to the back-to-back nights of the BTE. And all of a sudden, yes, he's like, best trip ever. He was like, ooh, don't say that in that accent, girl. You finna do something to me. I said, I'ma slap y'all. Stop it. We all fell out laughing. We all cheers. So I'm like, all right, so we gonna do Luna tonight, and then we gonna go to Chayo. And then Jill was like, actually, when we was at Fuel Bar, I saw a Bottle Blonde. She was like, I think we should probably check out Bottle Blonde. She was like, maybe do Luna tomorrow since it's gonna be the final night. We can just wrap it up on the final night. She's like, maybe we should do Bottle Blondes and then actually go to Chayo from there. I was like, you know what? I went to Bottle Blondes recently and it was jumping for sure. I was like, we definitely should go on over there to Bottle Blondes. I like that audible. I said, that's an alert call. I was like, okay, you be watching the Miami Dolphins, don't you? She's like, yeah, but don't get me started on tour. She was like, but yeah, I think that's a good idea. I was like, all right, we can do that then. We'll do Bottle Blondes. I was like, because they got a chill dress code, and then we can go over there to Chayo. They got a chill dress code too. All of a sudden, the music cuts off. I'm like, the hell happened to the DJ? Did the power go out or something? I look over at this fool T. He got a big ass smile on his face. I was like, what the hell did you do? And then all of a sudden I hear these piano keys. I said, oh my God. And this fool like, yeah, New York City. I was like, oh my God, this fool love this song. And so then the girls was like, oh, okay, I like this. He started playing that 21 Questions. We all started vibing. Even the table next to us, they was kind of like, oh, okay. They was a little older couple and they was kind of like, all right. And so then I'm over here looking at Giselle. I was like, I told you this boy is crazy. I was like, is that why you went over there to the DJ? He was like, you know how I do, my boy. Hey, man, DJ was cooking. I just wanted to throw things up, make it smooth, but put a little gutter in it at the same time. All of a sudden, he's like, hey, y'all hold on real quick. I was like, what? He look at Yessie. He like, Yesenia, a.k.a. Yessie. If I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me? If I ain't smell so good, would you still hug me? If I got locked up and sentenced to a quarter century, could I count on you to be there to support me mentally? She looked at him like she just hit the lottery. She was like, see, Poppy. I said, hey, y'all in this novella gotta chill, bruh. I was like, and you a fool. What is you doing? He was like, that's my shit, boy. He's like, I had to talk to my little thing right here. I got a little something with me. Had to give her something nice. She was like, I like that. That was cute. I was like, check, please. So we finished up at STK and I was like, all right, man, well, we gonna go upstairs. And I was like, and put on some regular shirts. And they was like, oh yeah, that's cool. They was like, is it cool if we come up? T was like, what the hell kind of question is that? Yes, please bring yourselves up to this palace that we have and y'all can come and vibe with us. And I was like, this guy, man. So we get upstairs. As soon as we get in the room, yes, he was like, oh my God, this is really, really nice. He was like, oh baby, I ain't even done. He's like, let me take you to the Magic. I looked at him, I was like, oh my God. He's like, I want to escort you through the cribs. This is T cribs. This the bedroom. Forget all that. Let me just take you to where the magic happens. He slid the balcony door open. She was like, oh my God. He was like, oh yeah, only the best for the best. You know what I mean? I said, bruh, please, I'm gonna put a muzzle on you if you don't stop, bruh. He was like, hey, my G, you know how I do, man. I told you we had to do it right and I had to show her something nice. She was like, oh my God, this is incredible. She's like, Giselle, have you seen it? She was like, oh, never mind. You were over here yesterday, weren't you? She was like, I've seen the balcony before, but yes, I have seen it. She's like, it's so high up though, and it's so nice. Oh my God. She like, yeah, don't worry. If you want to come and hang out with me later, you can soak in this view all night long if you want. No Trey songs though. So we swap shirts real quick and whatever. I'm like, all right, man, y'all ready to go ahead and parlay? They like, yeah, can we take a shot before we go? I'm like, of course. I'm like, I got Crown. I was like, he got the rock. So T like, Giselle, I know you want that rock. You a rock girl. She was like, actually, I want to try the Crown tonight. Look, I was like, hold on. You coming over to the dark side? Yes, he was like, she been on the dark side. I said, oh my God, you and T are gonna drive me crazy. She fell out laughing. Giselle was like, I mean, she not lying though, but she like, I mean, we in Vegas. Why don't we try something different? She like, plus it smell good. So T was like, well, Tequila Mama, you gonna come over here to the rock side? You gonna let the rock boy show you how we rock up? She was like, whatever you want, daddy. I said, come on, bro. I was like, y'all two is crazy. So we all take our shots. We cheers. Look at the clock. It's like 10:15 now. So I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and slide on over there to Bottle Blinds. Get the night started. We go over to Bottle Blinds, man. It's such a great time. We having a ball. We vibed out. Free entry, everything cool. The girls is loving it. The views is crazy. We having a ball. Next thing you know, it's 12:45. I'm like, well, we gotta slide over to Child. You know what I mean? Hit the Latin night. They was like, all right, let's do it. So we leave Bottle Blinds, going over to Chayo, get that Latin music swag going on. Took them upstairs to the second level just to feel the hip hop and mixed genre vibes. But they wanted to go back downstairs and get those Latin vibes, so we finished the vibe downstairs. All of a sudden, it's 2:30. T like, hey, bro, it's 2:30, man. I was wondering why I'm getting tired, bro, and I'm hungry. Let's go get some tacos and get up out of here. And the girls was like, yeah, I'm down for some tacos. So we had about a Chayo, grab some tacos, and I was like, let's go back to the room or whatever. And the girl's like, well, we can go back to our room and we'll just eat there. And I was like, all right, that's cool. So we go back to Planet Hollywood, we eating the tacos. I was like, man, y'all enjoying yourselves? And they was like, yo, honestly, this trip is better than we thought it was. They both look at T and they like, BTE, best trip ever. I said, oh my God. He was like, I told you, my boy. Best trip ever. You thought I was playing. I was like, I can't even say nothing, dog. I like, it's been a dope time. I was like, I'm glad y'all had a good time. So we finished the tacos. I'm like, all right, man, we can go ahead and get up out of here, and we'll holler at y'all tomorrow. And so they was like, all right, yeah, that's cool. And then T was like, fuck you talking about, holler at y'all tomorrow? They're like, y'all want to come over to Cosmo? So they looked at each other and they was like, I mean, sure, we can come to Cosmo if y'all cool with that. I was like, if y'all want to, that's fine with me. I don't care. You're like, of course y'all welcome to come over there. It's like, y'all want us to wait? They're like, no, we'll get changed and then we'll just head on over there. And Giselle was like, yeah, I need a minute, because she's like, it's been a long day and I just need to relax. I was like, I feel you on that. I was like, all right, well, just hit me up when y'all on the way. So we head on back over there to Cosmos. We going up the elevator. I get a message. Giselle was like, change your plans. Yeah, she's coming to Cosmo. I'ma chill here. T look at me. He was like, hey, you get a message? I was like, yeah, Giselle just hit me up. He was like, yeah, Mamacita on the way, my boy. So you know what I'm finna do.
Mamacita.
I was like, so I hit her Giselle. I was like, you good? And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. Yes, he just want to go over there to Cosmo and hang out with T. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull back over there and I'll chill with you for a little bit. I was like, so they can have their own time. And she was like, okay, that's cool. I go in the room, get my stuff. I'm like, all right, my boy, I'll holler at you tomorrow. And I got my room key so I don't bang on the door like the police. He was like, I don't care. Probably be up regardless, so it don't matter. I was like, well, enjoy yourself. So I dapped him up. I was like, all right, my boy, I'm gonna holler at you, man. Be safe, bro. Don't break nothing on the balcony. He was like, I mean, I don't know about no backs, but other than that, I'm good. I ain't breaking nothing. I was like, oh my God, dog. I was like, bro, be easy. I'll holler at you tomorrow. I leave Cosmo, head back over there to Planet Hollywood. Looking at my phone like, damn, who keep blowing me up? I look over, his T. I pick up the phone, I call him like, yo, what's good? He like, bruh, tell Giselle to pick up her phone. I was like, her phone is on. He was like, yes, he been trying to call her for the last 3 minutes. She not answering the phone. Tell her to pick up the phone. I was like, what's going on? He was like, bruh, yes, she gotta go. She on her way back to Planet Hollywood right now. I'm walking with her. And I was like, what? He was like, bruh, she gotta go. I'll let her explain. So I was like, yo, Giselle, yes, he trying to get in contact with you. So Giselle roll over, look at her phone. She's like, oh my God, what's going on? I didn't realize my phone was on silent. She's like, I got 20 missed messages from Yessie. And I was like, yeah, I'm on the phone with T. He's like, yo, they walking over here right now. She's like, oh my God, are you serious? I look at Giselle. I'm like, yo, what's going on? She was like, Yessie's sister got in a car accident. She's in the hospital right now. And they said it's not good. What? I was like, what? So I was like, okay. So T was like, yeah, bro, we'll be there in a few minutes. So they come back in the room. Yessie is just bawling, crying. I was just like, yo, oh my God, I'm sorry to hear that. Giselle was like, I'm so sorry. She was like, yo, I gotta leave. She's like, I found a flight that leaves at 3 o'clock. I gotta go back home. And I was like, nah, I understand that for sure. Family first. So Giselle was like, yo, you want me to go with you? She's like, no, it's okay. And Giselle was like, no, I'm not gonna let you go by yourself. She's like, let me change the flight right now. She's like, well, it was only one flight left. She's like, I don't care. I'm coming with you. So Giselle went in there, looked on the flight. She saw there was a flight available. And she was like, I'm so sorry that it's got to end like this. But she's like, I don't want to leave. I was like, no, you absolutely should leave with her. It's not even a question to be had. I was like, I'm so sorry to hear about that. I was like, what happened? She was like, my sister was going home from work today and the driver ran a red light as she was going and they collided head first. The driver sent my sister's car into a pole and now my sister's in the hospital and she's in real bad condition. They were saying she might have to have surgery on her back. And she was like, I just don't know what to do.